So you are in Florida right now, Jay?
Yep, St. Pete.
I know the weather's got to be. I'm in Virginia Beach. The weather is drop dead gorgeous. I can only imagine what it is there.
Oh, it's pretty much sunny every day. The path that I walk in the mornings, walk by and see dolphins and stingrays. It's nice.
I bet it's cool. Good evening. Greetings, class. What's going on? Greetings. It is so good to be live again. I have not had an opportunity to go live with you today. We're going to be talking about how to start investing with tax delinquent real estate deals. All right. That is the special that my friend here tonight is going to be training us on. Jason Palliser is an expert in this field. He's been finding these deals for several years. I don't even, how long have you been finding these type of deals, Jay?
So we've been fine tuning this for 8.5, going on 9 years. Yep.
So tax delinquent.
138 cities and counting, chopping it up, doing it the right way. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the night. So today, Jay's going to give us a training on how you too can actually get out there and locate tax delinquent real estate. And I want to tell you, Jason knows 100% of the information, and I have got some of my best deals from people that are behind in back real estate taxes. And Jason's going to kind of explain that. Just give us a quick one, Jason. What just the motivation for back taxes? Why are real estate taxes such a paramount? It's so paramount when it comes to people's motivation.
Yeah. So as you know, setting up off-market systems for hedge funds, we at Tax Cities 34 ways to get to good off-market properties. And delinquent property tax homeowners in all the cities we track are one of the best lead sources because usually when somebody is behind on their property tax payments, they made the decision not to make the payment. They have multiple other things going on that are causing that to happen. And the reason these leads are good is that the state and county send letters saying, hey, you're running out of time. This is what's going to happen. They all put laws in place to get their property tax money. So it puts a lot of pressure on the homeowners. But most investors do it the wrong way, and we're going to be talking about what can you do to do it the right way. And this, and since we track it, we track 3 metrics: fastest conversation to contract, highest levels of motivation. And then when you create a win-win situation and actually help homeowners, there's some of the biggest payoffs on the back end for you as an investor for helping out a homeowner. So those metrics we track out of 34 ways that we grab off market properties. And almost any city we choose, it's our number one lead source, just by the nature of what's going on. So
I remember when I first got started in real estate in 2004, I heard about tax delinquent real estate.
Yeah.
But approaching these people, Jay, is like, I'll never forget. I went down there and the guy goes, I'm not here to make you rich. You know, like,
yeah, exactly.
I went to go ask him. I'm looking to get the list or whatever for real estate guys. You know, he's like, well, hold on, it's not my job to make you rich. He really said that to me.
I believe that. Yeah. Some people are proud of their list that they think that you can't get and all that good stuff. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Yep. So I love the way you hook this all up. Jason's going to do a short training with us tonight and just show us how he actually attacks these things. This is such an honor to get him. He's been out on vacation for the entire month. Is this your first day back or second day?
Second day.
So you guys are in for it, huh?
Second day back in action.
Y'all in for a treat. I got him. So we actually got him here. I tried to get him all month, so I had to wait till the end of the month. And we have a special thing for you just today, a 4th of July. Some goodies. You know, I've been digging in pride and trying to get Jason's team to give my roundup homies something extra special for 4th of July. So you got to wait till the end to get all that stuff. So Jason, thank you, brother.
Firecracker time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. You want to put your slides up or what you got there?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll pull that up. I can present, right? So I'll walk everybody through.
Yeah, let's do it, brother.
Okay, share screen.
And don't forget, y'all, while Jason's getting ready, There's a join button right down there somewhere. If you want to join the Roundup community for members, you get your questions. All members will have their questions answered first. Jason is the creator of REI Black Book. He's done a bunch of things after that, but he knows not only does he know 100% of the information when it comes to finding these things, he actually loves to have fun and he enjoys actually helping people. Right, a lot of gurus are like, no, do this, but the guy actually
Yeah,
enjoys helping people.
agreed. Yep.
So
So yeah, we're gonna walk you through how you can actually help people and get paid handsomely to do it. So if you're ready, Chris, I'm ready. You just tell me when.
yeah, I see your beautiful smile there, brother. Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about how do we get these off-market motivated leads, not messing with the MLS stuff, that actually beg you for help. And I want you to understand they beg you for help because of the way that you present yourself. 99% of the investors in America do this the wrong way, and we're going to talk to you about doing it the right way tonight and make your investment life 1,000 times easier. There may be some times where I tell you to take some screenshots on some important slides, so be prepared to do that. Take notes, and if we have time, I'll answer questions at the end. But we're going to walk you through how we do this. So here we go. So who is this for? It really doesn't matter where you're at in your life cycle of investing. If you're just getting started, if you're already a real estate investor and you're looking to close more deals, remember what I said. We track 34 different ways that we do this for hedge fund level clients where they need 30, 40, 50 homes a month. The lead source I'm going to be walking you through tonight where we track it is always number one or number two in any city. So that means the effort you put out versus what you get back it's swung heavily into your favor. So, or you're just considering doing real estate. And I really want you to zero in on it's helping people. These people are in a situation that we're going to be talking about, and you can make a lot of money while solving their problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about my favorite lead source of all time and why you should never just buy a list of distressed homeowners and then send them out letters saying, hey, I'm looking to buy one more house and pay cash. That's what everybody does. And my favorite thing is if you follow along, you can stop doing the spray and pray marketing tactic that gurus say, which is grab a list. I literally just had this conversation with somebody that's coming to work for us tonight. I'm like, you don't have to grab lists anymore.
Stacks of mail, Jason.
Yeah.
Stacks of mail every day from our rental properties.
Yeah, exactly. So grab a list and then just mail and text and call and be consistent. There's a better way to do this. So we're going to be talking how you can help the desperate homeowners get paid well to do it. My favorite is bypass the competition in any market you choose. I repeat, bypass them. No more chasing down sellers, but we can actually start attracting people that really want your help. And what that is that's an inbound lead coming to you. Okay, so how do we get inbound leads coming to us versus, well, I've been on this podcast and I was told to grab a list and reach out to them. We want people coming into us. And these homeowners are absolutely in a situation where they need your help, and they're willing to sell their property at a discount to do it. And I'm going to illustrate why in a little bit. So essentially what you can do to rinse and repeat and make 5 figures a month, and just on one of the deals that we're talking about tonight, and in fact, I'm going to teach you one of them, made close to 6 figures on it. So as we go through this towards the end, I'm actually going to walk you through an example of one of them that we did where we made a little under 72 grand, how we grabbed the deal and flipped it in less than 30 days. And we didn't need any money, any of that stuff. It's just the way that we presented ourselves and our approach that we took on the back end. So stay tuned. I'm going to break that down. Now, housekeeping items. Turn off your distractions, shut other windows or tabs, get ready to take some notes. But we live in a world where you're watching this via your computer. Take some screenshots. I'll tell you a few that I know that are important to me that specifically I want you to take screenshots on. But I want you to pay real close attention to our tested seller techniques. This slide I put in there because it drives me crazy. This isn't get rich quick. This isn't push a button and get paid. This is not making tons of random cold calls to homeowners, not some worn out guru stuff. You just got to be ready and willing to talk to these people that actually need your assistance right now, because it is about simply solving their problems. So, Chris, you already know this. The way I like to teach is this. Let's paint a problem. Okay, let's paint a real problem that most of you have experienced, and then let's solve it. So what is the problem? The problem is that most people are taught, hey, just spray and pray that outbound marketing. And hey, get a list, do this, get a pre-foreclosure list, get a vacancy list, get a high equity absentee owner list with 90% equity, and start cold calling, and that equals success. As you see here, that's throwing darts with a blindfold, and that's like this guy on the phone. What? Not for sale, not for sale, not for sale. That's the problem. Everybody just grabs a list and then they spray and pray. I'm like, I got to get a deal. I was told by my guru who motivated me, be consistent and I'll get a deal. Look, there's a way to do this with predictability, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So this is the problem today. What we want to do is this. We want super motivated leads, incoming calls to us. And if we do this right, you can hit the bullseye every single time and talk to people, because your phone is ringing. Talk to those people who actually want your help. And guess what they don't say? So if you stay tuned and you take some screenshots, and like I said, I'll walk you through the case study. Here's what I really want you to know right now as we're starting to pull the ripcord. If you do this right, you get incoming phone calls, and you don't get this type of incoming phone call. Yeah, hey, I just called you off your marketing piece and make your little offer like everybody else. I told everybody else that you're just trying to steal my property. If that sounds remotely familiar, you've had any of that whatsoever, then I'm quite certain you're going to be happy. There is a much better way to do this.
If you've heard that before, smash the like. I'm just my mind, Jason. You're just taking me back. So I'm like, good God.
Yeah, here, look, I did here. We can have fun. I did it, folks. I did it the way that most investors do in today's world.
We all do.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was looking to buy one more house in the area, and blah, blah. Look, I did that too, and that's why real estate investing felt hard to me. That's why That's why I wasn't taking way back when I first got. That's why I wasn't taking month-long vacations. And yes, you did get me at the end of the month, so I agree with you. But what I've learned over time is this. What are we going to be talking about tonight? We're going to be talking about my number one lead source. I've been doing this 25 years. Our off-market blueprint systems, where we put 34 lead funnels in a marketplace for larger companies, has produced thousands of homes, and we track everything. What's our favorite lead source? Tax delinquent properties. They're in every city across America. Homeowners are in a bind. They have lots of equity in them if you go after the right ones. I'll repeat this, and we're going to talk about that. If you go after the right ones. In my county right now, there's 14,000 people behind. We go after the right ones that we know have a lot of equity, because a lot of them don't have equity. That means wasted time, energy, and marketing dollars, which we don't do that. So pay attention. States want their money, so they put laws in place to get it. We'll come back to that one. So think about that. States put laws in place to take houses from people because they're going to get their money. So we're going to talk about that and show you what we can do to win that game. So just to illustrate for you, you may want to take a screenshot of this. I already said it's the number one lead source. I already said we track highest levels of motivation, biggest payoff on the back end when we create a win-win for the homeowner, and fastest. And I hope this resonates with you. I hope it sticks with you. Fastest conversation to contract. So on average across America, there's about 20,000 people that have missed property tax payments. And what did I say earlier? That means there's a high level of motivation, which we're going to break down in a little bit. But look, no one has a lead problem. Hear me when I say you don't have a lead problem. You have okay, you're telling me it's a good lead source to go after because you track it, and I don't have a lead problem. Then how do we approach this the right way problem, which we can talk about solving. But no one has a lead generation problem. No one has a lead and motivation problem. It's going after the right ones. And
Jason, help us real. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just wanted to make sure that because I get calls all the time. People want to sell me a house, right? I got a house, and I've just actually realized this. I'm not even looking for houses anymore. Like I mean, houses are the secondary or the byproduct for the motivation of the seller. And so just
Correct.
frame that up for the roundup people that just I want them to understand it's not really about the house itself.
Yeah, correct. It is absolutely 100% not about the house. It's about the problem they're facing. Can you solve it? Can you be an advocate for them to solve it? Which is what we're talking about, because most investors do it in reverse. And that's a spray and pray. Like, as you hear this, I know, and again, I already raised my hand. I did it the old way. I've thrown away so much money doing it the wrong way. That's why I'm excited to show you there's a better way to do this. But no one has a lead problem, as I'm showing you right here. 20,000 per state. Folks, wow. It's how do we engage them the right way? So, as you see here, here's Darius. Hey, I was doing bandit signs, doing this guru technique and that. Hey, he hit go on our
text. We got a white screen. Okay, there it is. It came up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so he's doing all the normal stuff that most people do. Then he followed step by step what we did within like 2 days. Had a couple that needed help. They had real problems. Owed 12 grand back money to the state. No money in the savings. Social Security. Solved their problem. Made 13 grand. 6 hours of work. 2 days in. Inbound phone calls because they needed somebody to help them. So here is why inbound leads are better than spray and pray marketing. Because you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to grab a list anymore. You don't have to feel like a sleazy phone salesperson going, well, I just got to put in the time to try and get a deal. There's got to be a seller that'll say yes sooner or later. You don't have to live in that world anymore. You don't have to worry about, can I do this and can I turn this into a machine where I make money and help homeowners ever again? And the fun part is, if you do it right, you'll have no competition. You don't chase down deals anymore. So once you understand how to do this, what happens is your phone rings. You get inbound leads. You'll have people that have property that are motivated calling you, begging you to help them. They'll tell you that they need help so you can solve their problems. It isn't like, oh, tell me what you're going to offer. Those are not the conversations we have. I'm going to show you in a minute. But you'll never run out of deals again, and you'll have the income and freedom that you want. A little bit of background on me. Chris, you mentioned a little bit of it. 25 years in the real estate investment sandbox. A consultant for companies that need thousands of homes. Hey, we need to average 30, 40, 50 homes a month. We build their off-market systems to hit those numbers. Lead generation expert for TV shows, this and that. Close over 3,200 investment transactions and train 25,000 of you plus. And as you mentioned earlier, built and sold real estate automation software company. Some of you may know it, REI Black Book. So that's a little bit of background on me. But now let's get into why. Screenshot time. So I would take a screenshot of this. Why delinquent property tax homeowners? It's my favorite lead source out of 34 because we track it. We've tested over 100 variations of what I'm going to teach you in 138 cities plus. If you go after the right, here's the third bullet. Here's the one that I really want you to listen to. If you go after the right ones, didn't I say on average there's 20,000 behind? We don't go after 20,000, folks. We will pare it down to 10 to 20% of those leads to the ones with 93% accuracy or free and clear of mortgages. You know what happens if something's free and clear? If something's free and clear, that means you could strike any real estate investment deal with that homeowner. Wholesale, big flip, rental, owner financing. I could go on and on and on because they have tons of equity. Why delinquent tax? Win-win deals are easy to produce when there's tons and tons of equity. So if they miss their tax bill, as I mentioned before, they have serious problems, and it's your duty to help them and speak to them. And then every state in America has put laws in place to take their properties at an eventual tax sale, which explodes the motivation. And the fun part is most investors don't know how to do this. And just so that you understand, and Chris, they may not. You chime in if you want. This is not, I'm going to buy some tax liens and hold on to that tax lien, and then maybe later I can force a tax sale. This is not about a tax deed strategy or tax overages strategy. We get there first. These are all, most of these that I just mentioned are after the fact. So what I need you to understand is that we're going to teach you how we get there first. So you don't have a chance to buy the tax liens or go get a property at a tax deed sale or do a tax overage because we got there first. Does that make sense, Chris? You get that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where the competition is. Every time I go to the auctions, Jay, I got to be honest with you, man. The prices are so high.
Yeah.
It's obviously a waste of time when I go.
Yeah, correct. You go to the tax sale and it's the same 10 to 15 buyers that buy them all up and buy them in bulk, and it's hard for you to compete against them because they can pay more. Like, that's a waste of time. We get there first, so they never get to buy the house at tax sale because of the way that we approach this. So this is not tax lien, tax deeds, tax overages. We get there first. So this is one that I need you to take a screenshot on, folks. So here you go. So here's Noah and Katie. Hey, 3 days after we hit go, got a inbound phone call, means their phone's ringing. A lady needed help. She was days away from going to tax sale. They stepped in, became her advocate, and made right under 17 grand right out of the gate. I trained this girl's dad, and her dad sent his daughter who's in college to us and said, hey, show them how you do this. And I want you to see at the end where it says their phone is still blowing up. Do you get that, folks? They're taking phone call after phone call after phone call after phone call, inbound tax delinquent leads.
Sweet.
Here's Joey. Hey, Jason, thanks. Had my first $50,000 month. Von Treese, first closing right out of the gate, $28,990. Hey, Jason, thanks for the blueprint. Seller waltzed the heck out of them, blah, blah, blah. Keep going, everybody. One deal after another. All they do is follow step by step what we do. They're taking inbound phone calls. I need you to understand that. We have one person that wanted, when we press go, that wanted to talk to our client so bad they called 18 times in a row. Since when do you have leads doing that? So why are they getting these deals? Because, and again, take a screenshot. Because here's what we spent. You just said, hey, Jason, how long? We're right at the 9-year mark. We spent years creating a tax care advocacy company. Okay. So we're at the 9-year mark. And what we did is say, hey, you know what? We are not, hey, you're in a bad situation and let me put some cash in your pocket. We said, hey, no, here are some things that we can do to help you that don't even involve us buying your house to start with. And what happened was this. We started learning what all the rules were and created a tax care, tax advocacy program around the nation. So everyone wants to talk to them about their tax care problem. Trust is built right from day one. They're calling you ready to talk to you. No licensing needed. So you don't need to, there's no licensing needed. You don't need a real estate license. And here's the thing. When you do this the right way, and we could set up your full-blown tax advocacy company, the sellers are comfortable to talk to you. They'll share their real problems with you on the very first phone call. And you'll literally get everything, every problem they have on the first phone call. Do you know how easy it is to create a win-win deal when they actually open up and tell you the real problems? And no one has ever offered to help without asking for anything in return. They're blown away. These are the most desperate sellers of all time.
Tax care advocate. That name is just such a beast.
Yeah, and to have fun with everybody here. So once they call us, we say, hey, give us 2 minutes, tell us how you got behind, give us 48 hours, and we have 3 separate ways that we can help you. And again, we have all that built out in our tax delinquent blueprint that we're talking about here. And they call us and they tell us everything. They're like, wow, this is refreshing. Somebody that'll actually tell me what the rules are, because we teach you what's important to convey to them. And this is like game over. game changer. And they call us. We don't make outbound phone call. We don't need to. They call us. They're like, hey, yeah, I just want to call and talk to you. Here's my problem.
Wow.
This is set up, and I know some of you listening, listen when I say this. The way we built this out, and we let everyone in town know, hey, we exist to educate you, tell you a few things that you could do. We don't even talk about buying their property initially. They tell us all their problems. It is built so well that we have several clients that say that their local county, when people call the county going, man, I can't make my payment, they're like, you should call this tax advocacy company.
Wow.
That's disgusting.
Jason, I'm just envisioning a homeowner, because when I sometimes I call, even after they've called me, and I call and tell them who I am, I'm a buyer, it's still friction there, or resistance even after they've requested. I just feel like, I'm greedy home buyer guy.
Yeah, correct. So that is not the case here. Think about this. What do you think happens when the county starts referring you? Homeowners are called and said, I don't know what to do. The game's over. Yeah, so how do we do this? Okay, so let's just walk through this. We simply use the tax delinquent blueprint formula. Again, it says 6 years. We're approaching 9 years. Okay. So there are two types of marketing. We already talked about it. There's the typical, we'll pay cash for your house, expensive, high risk, all the outbound stuff, mailing to random people. Sellers don't respond. I got a 1% response rate. All the stuff that gives you heartburn. Sellers are mad. If they even call you, they're pissed. And why? It's the approach, folks. They're mad. They're like, I'm tired of this crap. Or you can target, remember what I said? You don't have a lead problem. You have a, how do I engage the property owner that's motivated the right way problem, which we're talking about solving right now. What we can do is this: target the homeowners that actually need help and approach them the right way as a tax advocate. 1, they want to talk to you. 2, they need to sell. 3, I don't have to go up to 20,000. I'll pare down that list to 10%, a fraction of what most investors would just throw money into the wind and get nothing from it. You can make money lightning fast. And the fun part for me is that it's repeatable and predictable. The homeowners want to talk to you. When they want to talk to you, they pick up their phone and they start calling you. So here's what we did. Here's what we've been building out. You might want to screenshot this one. So we built out the tax delinquent blueprint. So what do? We use state and tax laws to your advantage so that you can educate the homeowners. So you can become your city's tax care advocate. Everyone in all the counties that you go after. And by the way, if you have the to beat everybody, then you should do this in multiple counties because no one can compete with you. You are now known as your city's tax care advocate. They're the most highly targeted marketing leads, hands down, of all the things that we track. The sellers are excited to see how you can help them. They're ready to talk. And it's a full-blown property tax assistance program that delivers 3 separate help buckets. So they'll call, as an example, once they get your tax advocacy information, they'll call you, say, hey, I'm calling about your tax assistance program. There's a code here. It says the reference. It's TAC 424, blah, blah, blah. So we've got it all down to a science, all the way down to program codes, 3 separate help buckets. We tell them, give us 48 hours. We'll present 3 separate ways that we can help you. And the game is over after that. They're ready to talk to you. There is no barrier for that. I'll tell them, hey, when I'm done, I'm gonna show you 3 separate ways I can help you. Once we send over the 3 different options, what's a good email for you? They give us, on the first phone call, they give us their email, stuff that most investors never get because of the way we've done this and built this. There's no more competition. Let them throw away their money on horrible marketing practices. And once you press go, your phone is literally going to light up like a Christmas tree. By far, my favorite off-market seller lead strategy, funnel, technique of all time. You're a full-blown tax care advocate for your city, and we're going to let everyone in town know, including the county. Hey, we don't just buy people's houses. We help them 3 different ways. They will start When your county starts sending you leads to the people that called in, those people are desperate to talk to you now. Game over. So what we talk about so far, what most people do is this. They use the spray and pray method. Here's everybody else. Hey, go get this list, and there's 10,000 of homeowners that you're going to go after. I got a list. Okay? And then here's what we do when everybody else just sprays and prays and goes after 10,000. We teach you how to reduce the list. Motivation number 1, don't live in a property. 7,500. 2, lives out of state, 3,500. Trouble paying their bills. We take a list of 10,000 and go down to 800. And I'm going to give you the metrics on one of the campaigns we did. You no longer, hear me loud and clear, you no longer have to waste any marketing dollar ever again on the spray and pray method, period. We can turn you into a full-blown, for the cities and counties you want, a tax care advocate, and have your advocacy set up for everybody to come to you and just simply talk to you about their problems. And you're going to solve them. So everybody else goes after 10,000. We've already narrowed it down to 800, but we're here right now and we're going to go even deeper. So here you go. So here's Adria. Hey, Jason, thank you. All she did was follow step by step in our tax delinquent blueprint. We said, hey, here's how you pare down the list. She went from 9,000 to 386. 386, folks. And an older gentleman said, hey, I need your help, laid off, no savings. And she solved the problems, made 17 grand, 28 days, never saw the property. And she lives in Canada, folks.
Wow.
Canada. She's taking inbound phone calls in Canada.
Wow.
Because she's an advocate. Picked her counties. And everyone in town is calling her. Yeah, I do have some questions. Yeah, I don't know how this works. Yeah, tell me more, blah, blah, blah. I'm calling about tax assistance code, TAC, blah, blah, blah. Here's what we need you to do. So no more the old way. Here's what we're going to do. The inbound lead formula. We went down to 800, okay? So I'm giving you a campaign that we did. So we went from 10,000 down to 800. We refined the list even more for the houses that sell fastest in our area, and we narrowed it down to 375. So everybody else goes after 10,000 leads. I'm like, man, my day's never going to end. I'm following up with everybody. We narrowed it down to 375. We sent the tax assistance letter. Hey, we noticed you're behind your state property taxes. At our tax care organization, we help pool funds together to help blah, 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 blah. Reference tax code, blah, blah, blah. Boom, phone starts ringing. So we took a sniper approach, 10,000 down to 375. They got the letter. We also set up your website for you because on your letter, there's a website for more information so that they feel comfortable to talk to you. Here's the fun part. 87% of the visitors that visit your site fill out the form and you get an email of somebody going, hey, I need to talk to you. Hey, excuse me, I filled this out. I got your letter. I visited your web. I need to talk to you. So 87% filled it out. Here are the metrics. Week 1, 48 phone calls. Week 2, 71 phone calls. So that off of that campaign, we got 149 calls into us. Some of you right now, I could stop right here. I repeat. We had 149 inbound calls. What if you took 149 inbound calls next week? Some of you out here be like, well, since I don't know what to do yet, I'd probably freak out, Jason. But you don't live. You can live in a new world where people are calling, waiting in line to talk to you.
Wow.
So we made offers, 23 of them. We got 3 of them accepted. Average profit for deal was 16.8, so we made $50,400 minus our expenses on our pared down list. We didn't go after 10,000, so we spent $390, which is a 13,304% return on our investment. And we took inbound phone. We did not make one single outbound phone call. Chris, I hope
Wow.
that's how this works.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know I'm just thinking, just everybody's just saying this is a numbers game. The bigger the numbers are, the more deals you do. And this is, I'm looking at, you've reframed that as more like targeted marketing.
Yeah, and here I said it earlier, but now let's marry some things together. We pared down the list. I could go after all of those, all 10,000 in our example here on our sample list and our metrics that we did. We could do that. We could do that, but the problem is this. We've already done that for years over time. And what did? What we started doing was refining it. Like, we're not going after these anymore. And let's test this out. We're not going after these. So what we did was this. We figured out, which we have inside the Tax Delinquent Blueprint for you, we figured out how to pare down the list to go after a much smaller list that with 90+% accuracy are free and clear houses. Think about this. Somebody has a free and clear house, but they can't make their property tax payment when they have all this equity. That is a mega problem. Mm-hmm. So we figured out how to find the ones that are free and clear, which means you as an investor can solve their problems 1,000 different ways because they have a ton of equity that these people can't unlock, which means they have mega problems. So we figured out how to go after the highly targeted leads and get a monster return on investment without making a single freaking outbound phone call. Like, that's an investor dream come true. So what we built was this. You might want to take a screenshot of this. We built a full-blown, perfected tax assistance program. So tax assistance versus I'll pay cash for your house. The difference is this. Most investors get hangups and they're frustrated because they've been told to buy this list or that list. And we don't do that. We take inbound phone calls. We teach you what exact list do you need to send to highly specialized. I already said before, this isn't a tax deed or tax lien trade. We beat everybody to them. We're there first. So we show you how to deploy your advocacy program in your market like a pro. That's what you're known for. No one walks around knowing you anymore as I'm a real estate investor. Hey, I heard you're a tax, so you help people out with tax problems. As a matter of fact, we do. We have 3 separate ways that we can help you. We deploy your program as a pro in your market. So we teach you how often do we need to reach out to the best motivated leads of all time. And people are like, oh, just follow up and follow up and follow up. When they call you on the first go around, you know what you don't have to do anymore? You don't have to follow up. When they tell you all their real problems on the first phone call, that's called streamlined. That's called solving problems fast and rinse and repeating. And then again, we teach you the secret tax assistance code that we developed over years, where they call you and say, hey, yeah, I'm calling about your program here. There's a code here, TAC 24, blah, blah, blah. And you finally get to be in a position where you talk to desperate homeowners that actually want to talk to you, and they want to work with you as an expert while you get to solve their problems, 90-something% accuracy that they're free and clear, and they're in a bad situation. You get to solve their problems and make a healthy living from it. That's what, like, you want to be free. You want to do this. You want to rinse and repeat and not have to feel like you're marching uphill every single day running your investment business. How about you're a full-blown tax care advocate and everyone in town knows to come to you and speak to you, and you'll give them several different ways that you can help them, and also let them know what the rules are. And anybody else that needs your help, just tell them to give us a call. We're happy to help them. That's a game changer. It's the game over.
Wow.
Here's how it works. We have the lead list delivered from the county. And by the way, we teach you and show you how to, if you think as you listen to this, well, I don't know if I can unlock my delinquent tax list from my county. We teach you how to do that. And we have full-blown assassins that unlock things that you think you can't unlock. So file that away in your head. We can help you in that regard.
This your approach, Jason. I'm just, I've never seen it. You're approaching it's completely opposite of what most of us are taught. That's the,
yeah,
I think it's all about
it's the opposite of what I did when I got started. I'm like I will never go back to the old me. Like this.
Yes.
So then we hit go, tax assistant letter, incoming phone calls to you. We present solutions to the homeowner. Two of our three solutions have nothing to do with us buying their house. That's why they feel comfortable working with us. But when they've told us everything and the situation isn't going to fix itself, they're like, you know what? Yeah, I am going to lose it. You're right. I am going to. We teach them, like, look, an investor is going to steal this at tax sale and they're never going to call you. They're never going to say thank you. We don't want that to happen. Offer gets accepted. We sell the contract to somebody else. Most of the time, I just wholesale the contract to another cash buyer who doesn't know how to do this. And we're their best friends. They're like, dude, got any more of those tax delinquents flowing through? I'm like, yeah, we're sifting through 140 phone calls. I'll let you know when the next one comes. But we sell the contract for 60 grand. Agree to closing date with our buyer and the seller of the property. The seller's happy. We solve their problems. The end cash buyer that doesn't know how to do this is happy. They're like, hey, send every single one of them to us. Please give me more. You're happy because you collect $25,000. We celebrate. And then we rinse and repeat. This, take a screenshot. This is how it should work. This is how you should do it. Let everybody else do the heavy lifting for you. When the homeowner has been pounded 20 or 30 times with, hey, before you lose your house at tax sale, I'd like to talk to you about being a solution and putting some cash in your pocket. And the investor makes lowball offers. When they get our letter, they drop to their knees. When they say, hey, we have several ways that we can help you. We don't think this process is fair and blah, blah, blah. And they read everything and see the program, the codes and all. Like, they call us. They're like, yeah, every other investor is trying to steal my house. Okay, well, let's talk about this and let's figure this out. This is how you should do it. This is game over. Here's one of our clients. Results from one of our guys, Scott Jordan. He got so specialized that he took how we teach to pare down the list, and then he went to one specific subdivision. He did 20 mailings, and here's what I really want you to zero in on. 20 mailings, 16 open envelopes, and phone calls. You know, that's an 80% response rate, right, folks?
Yes, unheard of.
80% response rate on his mini campaign. Some of you have sent out thousands and like 5,000 mailers and haven't got 16 phone calls. Yeah, 15 of the properties were free and clear. So not only did he not have to waste time, energy, he got inbound phone calls, and 15 of the 16 houses were free and clear. Like, he was blowing up my phone. He's like, dude, this is ridiculous. So this is, write this down. You will become a full-blown tax care advocate. Write it down, folks. I will be a tax care advocate, and everyone, my whole city will know it. You don't have to wear your real estate investor hat. You can wear your real estate investor hat to closing 5-6 times a month, but everyone in town knows you're a tax care advocate because you have a full-blown program with rules, regulations, what you can and can't do, and everybody wants to know about it. Mm-hmm. Here's Langston. So here's Langston, one of our clients. Got a lead from the county collector of revenue. He sent out a campaign, 877. Beverly called. She owed roughly almost 10 grand. House needed tons of work. Okay, mold, AC, you name it. She had no money in the bank. He helped her find a brand new condo that she could afford. Beverly now has money in her pocket because he bought the property, and helping out with her daughter's medical needs as well. So she's completely happy, and he makes 35 grand for helping her out and walking her through, hey, here's the several things that we could do. Let's see what the best fit is for you. The fact is this, is that she needed actually somebody that knew how to help her and was an advocate for her. Not an investor going, hey, I'll give you some cash. That's the whole reason she worked with him. Mm-hmm. Here he is. Hey, I'm not a check poster and blah, blah. This is probably the first and last time I'll do this, but blah, blah, blah. There you go. Right out of the gate.
Look at that.
Here's Grayson. So Grayson hit go, $24,000 on his first call. And I put in quotations because this was his quote to me. But Jason, my market's tough. And I'm like, that's cute. He goes, yeah, but Jason, my market's tough. And I said, okay. And we press go. He's like, oh my goodness, the phone calls. So I made him eat his words. But Jason, my market's tough. Boom, first call. Seller told him everything. He said, give me 48 hours. I have 3 separate ways I can help you. And bam, win-win. Seller's happy. He makes 24 grand. So I always tell everybody, I'm like, look, you have 2 choices here. Go it alone. As you know, Chris, spend thousands, possibly tens of thousands trying to figure this stuff out, being frustrated, wasting years of your life. Or you can literally implement, become a tax care advocate, a proven system from somebody who's done it, mastered it. And in this sandbox, I'll stand toe-to-toe with anybody in the world, 8 billion people, and show you that we can beat them. Because we built out a full-blown national tax assistance advocacy program that any cities and counties you choose, that's what you will be known for. Sellers want to work with somebody that can actually educate them and help them, not the 50 investors that text them. I literally, before we went on here tonight, Chris, I got 2. I literally got 2. I got 2 text messages. Hey, I didn't know if this property here in Missouri or this property here you and your wife have in Florida. Like, homeowners know your game, folks.
Yeah, the text, I get them every day, all day long, man.
I know. I hope you have fun with them like I do, Chris. I'm like,
I do.
Like half the time I'm like, make me an offer. And the funny thing is when I do that, the investor on the other end, I'm making it painful for them to do it because they're doing it like everybody else does. I'm trying to teach them that there's a better way to do it inadvertently.
Yeah, that is
Folks,
too
this
funny.
is how you get in the winner's circle. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the tax delinquent blueprint that we spent years perfecting, building out the entire program so that you can roll it out for your cities and counties. And everyone will all of a sudden see you as an advocate. And that's the reason they want to contact you. There's no outbound phone calls until the cows come home to 30,000 people and hope to get one contract. We don't live in that world. So what are we gonna deliver for you? Which is what Chris, you so nicely said earlier. Hey, I'm beating Jason up for July to do. You'll see what I'm talking about. He's like, hey, throw some extra stuff in there. I'm like, geez, you want the kitchen sink too? So here's what we're doing. We're going to build out a full-blown tax advocacy company that's got a core multi-lesson training. You can be done in one day off and running. So we have 11 step-by-step training lessons to set you up as a tax care advocate. We have the scripts. You heard me saying, hey, give me 2 minutes. I'm just giving you the short version, but we have all the scripts for when the phone rings off the hook. We have the documents waiting for you. If you're not keeping them for yourselves as cash flowing assets and all that good stuff, and you just want to unload it to somebody else, we also teach you 9 different ways to find the best cash buyers in any zip code or sandbox you play in. We teach you how to grab the best cash buyers. And we also teach you how to grab the best cash buyers from your competition without them even knowing what hit them. And then lastly, we have the tax assistance marketing templates. We are 100 variations deep of our tax care program, meaning we fine-tuned it. We learned how to get all the inbound phone calls, but then we didn't know what to say to them. So then we had to switch it up. Then we had to test it again. And then we had to have the script where we make them wait 48 hours. So then we said, hey, we're not offering just to buy your house. We're offering this and this as well. And also this. Hey, by the way, did you know X, Y, Z? So we have all of this, all of it done down to a science, ready to go. No more. Here's what I'm telling you. Here's your little decoder pen. Decode what I'm saying in this secret message. Here's what I'm saying. No more outbound phone calls. No more outbound phone calls. Take calls. Sellers tell you everything. Craft a win-win. Do it again and again and again. But as I said, so here's what we're going to do. We're also, once we get you set up, we're also going to go ahead and set up your tailored marketing pieces for you. So we've already got it all done. All we need to do is add your name and phone number to it. So our team will actually build that for you so it's ready to roll. Second thing that we'll do, I mentioned it earlier, and this is one, Chris, you and I talked about. We'll build out your tax advocacy website. Why is that important? I showed you 87% of the people that visited our site filled out the form, and we got an email saying, please call me and talk to me. So people want to feel comfortable working with you. When you press go on your advocacy company and campaign, they're going to look you up online. We track, and we asked when we were tracking this that, hey, did you look us up online too? Hopefully you got some good information. Like, yeah, I looked you up online before I called you. Yeah, I looked you up online before I called you. Hey, as a matter of fact, I read through your stuff. That's what made me feel comfortable to call you. So we're going to go ahead and build out that website for you. Chris, I hope they understand what that means. Like, now all of a sudden you're known around town, and every time somebody gets any sort of information from you, they can look you up online 24 hours a day.
Yeah, we don't want to have to recreate the wheel actually building out this type of tax advocate site. I mean, no doubt we could screw it up.
Correct. So here you go. So here's Scott. Hey, follow the plan, easily laid out program, went through it. First deal, $24,000 net profit. Took less than 30 days to do. There you go. All he did was take inbound phone calls and say, hey, we got several ways that we can help you. And he walked through the scripts that we laid out for him, and he created win-win right out of the gate. First deal, 24 grand. The third thing that we're going to do is we will do deal submission, joint venture partnering with you. So we have a portal set up to where when the people that are calling into you as a tax care advocate, since we do this across the nation, when the people are calling into you for your cities, counties, and area, and they need help, and you want to partner with us on the deal, we have a portal set up for you to do a deal submission. We can joint venture and partner on the deal with you. Here's Charles. Hey, fourth check since February. Again and again and again and again. All he did was get the tax delinquent blueprint. He was done with the training in one day. Our team was already setting stuff up for him. He pressed go. He was 4 checks deep. 60 days in.
Sweet.
So what are we adding to it? So I told you you're going to get the training system. You can be done in one day. We've got all the scripting. I've got the documents. If you want to unload the contract to somebody else, we got how to get the best cash buyers 9 different ways in any zip code. I told you we had the templates, but now I just told you we'll build your marketing for you. We'll build your website for you that'll literally be up for years, taking submission after submission after submission. We'll joint venture with you. Now we're in the $8,000 range. And I don't know if I said it earlier, but on the initial round of testing, we were $400,000 deep in development.
Oh.
So I always tell people, what's one deal worth to you? $16,000 like Katie and Noah, 28 like Von Treese. How much would you pay to close one of these a month or close one of these a week? So if you wholesale the property for $16,800 and you could duplicate the process over and over and over on demand, would it make sense to pay $8,000 for us to set up your full-blown company? Of course it would. You'd be doubling your money. But we beta tested this. So we went to a first and second and third round of beta testers. They paid more to get access because they wanted to be first to the market. And so we fine-tuned this, and you don't have to pay what they paid. The fourth thing is that we're going to give you unlimited access to a private group. This is where all of our advocates across the nation share information, deal structure, partner on deals, and take every situation that when a homeowner calls that they're not sure what to do with, and we put it in our private group. So it's direct access to all of us, highly active group where we all help each other close deal after deal after deal. Here's Henry, and here's Chris. Henry, first deal, 30 grand. Hey, Jason, we had our first 50 grand tax advocacy month. We're off and running. All they do is follow step by step, press go, take inbound phone calls. And then the fifth thing that we're going to do is we're going to give you access to 8 weeks of insider coaching vault. So all the coaching calls that we do, getting you set up as a full-blown tax advocate, letting you know what's going to happen when the calls come in, how we're going to do it, and just takes you step by step through the process. So from day one, you're taking calls, getting the right information, calling them back 48 hours, presenting solutions, coming to agreements, and doing it over and over and over while your competition makes outbound call, outbound text, outbound call. Guru says to follow up, when all we're doing is solving problems for everybody that calls us and says, hey, I'm calling about your program. So now what do we get? We're getting all that stuff. Now I added the Facebook group and 8 weeks of insider coaching call vault for you to get, experience what we do when we set everybody up as a full-blown tax care advocate. We've been doing this for almost 9 years now. But I'm not asking you to pay what our beta testers paid. If you went online, you'd see right now, if you just randomly find us online, it's $4,000. I'm not asking you to pay what our beta testers paid or what you could pay online. That's why Chris said, hey, I've been waiting. I'm sorry I've been on vacation, Chris. I apologize, but I'm here now.
No doubt. No doubt.
Here you go, folks. We want to set you up as a tax care advocate. We don't want you to make outbound phone calls. We want you to be known as the go-to person in your city and counties for whichever counties you choose. So all you got to do is go to noflippingexcuses.com/Chris. And if you do the /Chris, then you'll get the discount. You'll get the bonuses. You'll get the website. Our team will set up your marketing pieces.
Wow.
We'll come up with your tax advocacy name, your logo, all the things that would have you running in circles and not actually taking phone calls. We will solve for you.
Sweet.
So what? It's a full-blown business. I always tell everybody, this isn't a lead technique. This is a full-blown business we're delivering. So $14.95, or you can make 3 payments of $6.95, your choice. But you don't have to pay what our beta testers paid. You don't have to go search online and find it and pay $4,000. $14.95, or Chris, 3 payments of $6.95. Setting up a full-blown business, I don't know how I can make it any easier than that. And again, I don't want you to make, as an investor, I don't want you to live in the world where you make one outbound phone call ever again.
It's rough, man. That's a rough business.
And here's what Chris said. Here's what he alluded to. So here you go. And this expires on July 5th. So I mentioned it earlier, and Chris, if you want to expand on it, you can. Here's what Chris had us agree to do. So we do what we call we're talking about the tax delinquent blueprint, right? Setting you up as a tax care advocate. We also, I mentioned it earlier, we build out full-blown attacks to attack a city 34 ways. It's called the 2-day blueprint. So over 2 days, we build out 34 off-market lead funnels. So what Chris and I have been talking about between himself, myself, and my partner is this. We will also, when you sign up at noflippingexcuses.com/Chris, here's the other bonus that we'll do that Chris has been going back and forth with me while I've been on vacation. Chris, I'm going to remind you of that part. Is this. We will let you sit in as a fly on the wall in one of our full-blown 2-day blueprint build-outs and attend day 1 of the 2-day blueprint. Meaning, as we go through and we're setting up 34 off-market lead funnels. By the way, 18 of the 34 lead funnels that we set up are free, meaning they don't cost you anything, and sellers come to you and we close contracts. So we'll let you sit in on a full-blown 2-day blueprint build-out, day 1 of it, and you'll see exactly how we do it. We allow you to ask questions, but you'll be sitting in on a live build-out for clients where we're building out a full citywide takeover 34 ways. On day 1, we also teach you, took me 11 years to figure out what I'm about to say to you. We will, on day 1, you'll also see how we can teach you how to do direct mail for free. You heard me. So when you sign up, Chris said, hey, can you let them sit in and show them kind of what you do for the hedge funds to like suffocate cities? And we went back and forth. I'm like, you know what? I'll let people sit in. And he's like, you don't mind if they participate and ask questions? I'm like, I don't mind if you guys sit in and ask questions as well. But on day 1, when we're going through all these different ways that we grab deals, one of the things on day one that we go over is how do we do direct mail for free? Meaning we can show you how to be in 30,000 mailboxes and not have to spend money to do it, saying, hi, my name is Sally, Tom, Rick, Ralph, Susan, and I'd like to talk to you about your property. You'll get phone calls off of that alone. So as an extra bonus for a July extra bonus, which we don't do, Chris, you're the only one we've done this for. We will let you sit in. We'll let you pick one of our blueprint build out dates. And if at the end, Chris, we have time, I can throw out some dates for people if they need it. But we'll let you sit in on one of our full-blown 2-day blueprint build out day one as a fly on the wall, and also let you ask questions. I don't know how much.
Wow, sweet. What's the times on that? Is it like a 10 to 5 type of thing, Jay?
Yes, it is. So it's an Eastern Standard Time, and it's a 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on our 2-day blueprint build outs for clients. Okay. And so, yeah, you would sit in from 10 to 5, and like literally we'll show you on day one, we'll show you how we get deals off of just off of regular 16 different regular real estate websites for free. Every day by 8 a.m., we've scraped the entire online real estate universe. If there's a deal in your zip code in 365 days at a price point you want, you never miss that. Just that alone's worth 10 grand. But you'll get to see us doing that live like we do when hedge funds say, hey, we need 30 or 40, 50 homes a month.
So the next dates round up, homies. This is going to be your financial independence package right here. Okay. This is 4th of July only, and it's going to go away. And you can't find this anywhere else on the internet. It's just because we have this relationship with Jason, period. All right. You're welcome for that. And thank you. So the link's right there, but the dates for the 2-day events it is virtual, right, Jay?
Yeah. So you can attend. We'll let you sit in virtually. And I can verbalize the dates. The next one is July 22nd. August is August 19th. September 16th. The only reason I'm giving you one day, the 2 days, is because that's the day that you'll sit in. So take that note. Here's why. When you sign up, you're going to get a welcome from our team. So pay attention as I say this, folks. When you sign up, you're going to get a welcome to the team. They're going to unlock the training. They're going to send you a form to fill out so we can get to work building out your website and your marketing pieces for you, creating your logo, building a full-blown company for you. But what I want you to take note of is this: July 22nd, August 19th, September 16th. When you get the welcome email them back and say, hey, Chris negotiated the extra bonus that we can sit in on one of the 2-day blueprint build outs, and here's the date I want. So again, when you get your welcome email, as you guys and gals sign up so that we can turn you into a tax care advocate and welcome you to our Tax Delinquent Blueprint team and family. Because once you're in, don't forget to request via email what day you want to sit in, and we will schedule you to sit in, and you will get a link to our private build out, just like we do for hedge funds to take over cities. Most investors do one or two things. Most investors do outbound phone calls and are frustrated. Imagine a world where we attack a city 34 ways and all other investors do 2. And then we sprinkle free direct mail on top of it. This is not a fair fight, folks. We want to turn you into a tax care advocate monster, and we're also going to let you sit in on a full-blown citywide attack.
Get your questions in, round up, homies. While you're doing that, go ahead and pull it. If you go to the video description, the link in the video description below, or you can go to noflippingexcuses.com /Chris. They're both the same, but it's easy just to click right there.
And here's the other thing that Chris negotiated. I'm Jason Palliser. My business partner, his name is Jason Lucchese. He has a probate court or a probate course on how to get them. Rip them right out from the courts and literally close those probate deals. When somebody passes away, 90% of the time the home exchanges hands. So shouldn't you be in that mix? So we'll also give you access to that. If it's after July 5th, then we could still sign you up to turn you into a tax care advocate for your counties, cities, and states that you want, but the bonuses come off the table. Chris, we did this once before, and you know that we draw a hard line in the sand because it's creating work for our team. We want to go to bat for you, but get signed up and let's rock and roll.
More work. Listen, guys, this is 4th of July. Your financial independence starts right now. All right. So you got a few days for Jason's special. The link is right in the video description below, or noflippingexcuses.com/Chris, Kris, just for my rounded up homies that have come here today. Jason, can you do some questions here? Y'all put the questions in here that you have down here for Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. So hit me with
you got some more stuff? Go ahead.
Money.
You got one more thing you add in there?
I got a couple more slides.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've got the I want to walk you through the deal that we closed, the case study as well. But I will take questions at the end, no problem.
Hit it, bro.
So to make this easy for everybody mentally, okay? Here's my no-brainer for you. Just prove to me that you've run it exactly like I said. We've laid out everything step by step for you. Prove to me that you did it and it doesn't work. Sign up today, complete the course, and then send out at least 100. Remember, we showed you how to not go after 10,000 leads, but pare it down to 200, 300. Send out at least 100 of these letters, and if your phone doesn't blow up and you haven't made your money back and you've done everything that we asked you to do, then we'll happily refund you, and we'll pay you $100 to go to dinner on us for wasting your time. So that makes it absolutely a no-brainer for you. Just wanted to show you that. Here's why. Do you remember one of the things we said is deal submission? We could do deals together. It's in our best interest to turn you into a full-blown tax care advocacy person that educates homeowners in your marketplace. And because we know that there's deals that you might want to close with us, that's where the win-win comes in. We'll set up your entire company. This isn't a technique. We're setting up a full-blown company, website, logos, everything, and christening you in your city as an advocate. And we want you to close deals, do deals with you, and turn you into a monster. But if you follow it, here's your no-brainer, no risk. You do everything that we showed you to do, and you didn't make your money back, then we'll refund you and give you $100 for wasting your time. Because I already know your phone's gonna ring. I already know you're gonna hit us up in the private group. Go, oh my God, hey, I made a mistake. Hey, this is amazing. I made a mistake. And the mistake is you put your regular cell phone on it because your phone will ring like crazy.
Yeah, do that.
We teach you that we teach you and we help you set up a separate phone line so that when it does ring, you see that it's a tax advocacy call coming in. Those are the mistakes that we know you would make. We already have all of those things solved. So, but here's your risk-free 30-day money-back challenge. So who's this work for? Brand new, novice wholesalers, veterans that are simply looking to close more deals with bigger equity. Remember what I said, in every city that we track it, it's a #1 lead source and #2 across America. Every level of investor we have covered. So here's Dave, 19 grand. Sold in less than 48 hours, went through the system in 3 days. After 5 days of finishing, found 2 deals. 3 days, everything set up, press go, taking phone calls, striking deals with homeowners. Here's Brenda picking up my first check. Here's Alyssa. Hey, game changer, works like a charm. Sellers that are actually motivated to sell. Read that. Sellers that are actually motivated to sell and want your help. So all laid out for you, plus the 2 extra bonuses that Chris twisted my arm while on vacation. We'll let you sit in on a full-blown 2-day blueprint build-out and also give you the probate course as well so that you can close probate deals like a pro as well. So again, all you need to do is get signed up at noflippingexcuses.com/Chris, and we'll give you the discount. And if you want to make payments, we'll do 3 payments of $695. Now, I already told you, do nothing. Don't take us up on our risk-free offer or join our team. We want you on our team. We want to help you get deals to the finish line. We want to joint venture with you. And we want, for the next 5 to 10 years, everyone in town to know, hey, there's a tax care company in town. You should probably talk to them. And if you tell them their problems, they'll offer you multiple solutions. that's when you don't ever have to make an outbound phone call ever again. So here's a case study I talked to you about. She had over 70 investors doing the normal stuff that investors do. Hey, I didn't know if in the area, blah, blah, blah. You know, your house, man, you'd lose a tax. I want to put some money in your pocket. So they get our tax assistance advocacy marketing, inbound lead, 2 properties, both for free and clear, vacant, code violations piling up. They had medical bills, blah, blah, blah. We made the numbers make sense. We solved the problem, 71 grand. Just like that, folks.
Man.
But it's easy to do when they actually talk to you. Most homeowners hold all their aces and all their cards to their vest, and they don't tell you anything. I don't know, just make an offer. You're just like everybody else. They don't come to us that way. I'm calling about your program. Yeah, tell us the problem. Give us 48 hours. We have 3 separate ways that we can help you, and we don't think this process is fair. And here's some things that we want to convey. What's a good email when we send over our 3 separate solutions? We'll call you, and they give us their email, their phone number, everything, folks. Right there, boom,
Sweet.
70 grand. And if you have questions, so Chris, we talked about this, you can call us at 317-886-1400. So again, get signed up at noflippingexcuses.com/Chris before July 5th, and we'll give you all those bonus. Set up your website, set up your marketing, help you with your logo, your tax care advocacy logo, and we're off and running. As soon as you sign up, you'll get an email. You can be off and running and done tomorrow, showing you what we do, the 5 minutes of work that we need you to do up front to learn what you do for your state, and rock and roll from there. But if you have questions about anything, feel free to call us. Our team will answer. If they don't answer, leave a voicemail. We will call you back for sure, answer your questions. But again, the faster you get signed up, the faster you get our welcome, the faster you're literally going through the lessons and training to show you how we turn you into a full-blown tax care advocate. And the faster you fill out your form so our team you can get in line for us to start building your website, the faster we can press go.
Sweet.
So Chris, hopefully I conveyed that for everybody. I don't want you to make an outbound phone call anymore. I want people calling you saying, hey, yeah, can I talk to you about your program? Yeah, I do have some issues. Like, I want you to live in that world week over week for the next 5 to 10 years and close every deal you want, hit every real estate income benchmark that you want, and do it on one of the best lead sources that we go after with 90-something% accuracy or free and clear. If they're free and clear and missing payments on their taxes, that is a world-class problem. Not all leads are created equal, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got a high equity list. Yeah, I know how that list goes. Not for sale. You're making outbound calls. Not for sale, not for sale, not for sale, not for sale. I go after the people that have missed payments that with 90% accuracy or free and clear, which means they would have already solved their own problem if they could, because they would have unlocked their equity, but they can't.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they need you as a tax care advocate. What questions you got for me?
Yeah, let's do it. So round up, homies. There's a link in the video description. The 4th of July special just for you guys, specifically for you. You will not find this anywhere else on the internet. I promise you. You can go look as much as you want. It's just not
look
out
as
there.
Much as you want. It's not out there.
It's not.
Yeah,
so we've negotiated that for you personally. All right. Why? Because I got much love for you, and it gives you the opportunities for just to increase your financial literacy as opposed to just being a greedy investor. It's challenging when you have that one hat that you wear, turning it around. So yeah, Jay, that's a question here. Darn it. Hit your questions in the chat. Put them in the chat. Is the training, I Am Her wants to know, is the course videos or do we have to read? How does it work, Jay?
So we have everything built out. So you will go through 4 video lessons where we're walking you through and teaching you and training you. But our team will also deliver to you a full-blown tax advocacy company build-out map, meaning this. So you have video lessons of training, and then also you have an operations map that you click open the map on each subject, like taking the inbound phone call. You click that open, it says step 1, 2, 3, and it also spells it out for you in writing as well. And so we have video lesson training, but we also have an easy operations map to run your business from, because we're actually setting up a business. And as I take questions, Chris, I need them to understand we're setting up your full-blown business, the marketing, the logos, your full-blown website, and teaching you how to run this as an advocacy business. This isn't just a technique that you're paying for some expertise so that you don't have to make a bunch of outbound calls. That is a byproduct, and we're happy to deliver that for you, but it's a full-blown company we're building out. So we have everything down to a science, video lessons, and step-by-step inside your operations map, with all the verbiage, all the scripts, everything.
Sweet. Jay Dill wants to know, is the 2-day event, is that going to be live, or how does that work, Jay?
Yes, that's live. Yep.
Got
It'll
it.
be live and in person. You can interact, and as Chris and I went back and forth, they're like, are they just going to sit in and watch? And he's like, do you mind if they ask questions? And our clients that we're doing a build out for will be there, and we're building out for them. You'll get to watch us do that.
Sweet.
And I'll impress upon you again, this is stuff that we do for hedge fund level clients that most regular investors never get to see. So it is a pretty nice bonus Chris has negotiated for you. But I told them that we'll also let you ask questions. So as you're watching us do the build out for people, if you have a question on something, you simply raise your hand. We'll let you ask the question so that you understand, and so that your question's answered and you feel confident on it. And then we'll move on to the next thing that we're putting in place. So it's interactive, live, in person.
So the link is in the video description. Round up, homies. Get started as soon as you can. This July only. I am her. If we have questions once they join us, there's someone to contact, Jason.
Yes, absolutely, without a doubt. So we're going to add you to a private Facebook group called Tax Delinquent Blueprint, members only. You can ask questions in there, and we have full-blown staff, because we built this advocacy company across America. So we have full-blown staff. We have 3 full-time employees that are there to answer your questions as well. And when you get your welcome email, it'll say, if you have any questions, reach out to Taylor, reach out to Mr. Smith, reach out to Nicole. So we have full-blown staff ready to go to help you out as we complete your company build out. So anything in conjunction with you running your full-blown company, we already have staff, full-time staff that are ready to answer your questions.
Sweet. Good question. I am her. Ann wants to know, Jay, what's the dates for August and September again? Sorry. Are they
Yeah.
on the?
Yeah. So July 22nd, 10 a.m. to 5 Eastern Standard Time. We'll let you sit in. So you'll be on the Zoom with us. We'll send you a Zoom link. And so just log in from your computer, and we'll be working together all day. And August 19th, 10 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. And then September 16th. Those should all be Saturday dates. So
Jay, don't wrote it all down.
And we'll again, we're going to let you. This has nothing to do with turning you into a full-blown tax advocacy company. This is extra on top of that. And I'll say it this way, so that if anybody listens and they're like kind of confused, let's solve that for you. 8 years ago, I started doing what we call a 2-day blueprint for individual investors. I've been asked for 15 years, and I'd always tell everybody no. I just do it for big companies. And so 8 years ago, I started doing that. And so we built out 34 level attack on cities and literally take over, right? So what happened is when I started doing that for individuals, when we do a 2-day blueprint build out with 34 different lead funnels, every time we do that build out, when we're done, people are like, oh my God, I didn't even know half of this stuff existed. I've never even seen or heard any of this stuff anywhere. And there's usually 10 to 12 of those 34 that are so far beyond what a regular investor would do to grow their investment business and do it the right way, like a big company would, that they're like, dude, this isn't another galaxy. One of those is the tax delinquent approach. They're like, I'm going home and I'm doing this one first. And so what I did was I said, you know what, I'm going to pull out the Tax Delinquent advocacy company build out. I'm going to pull that out of the 2-day blueprint and make it its own standalone product and beta test it across America for several years, and turn it into its own individual product outside of the 2-day blueprint. So that's how the Tax Delinquent blueprint was born, folks. And
wow. Cool.
And I'll tell you this, once you sign up, once you see what we build out for you, once you take one inbound call, your brain will immediately go to, if this is just one of 34, when do I get to sit in and watch one day like a fly on the wall? You'll remember the moment. I promise you. Once you're in and you see the level of detail, you'll go, when are those dates that I can sit in on a full-blown citywide attack?
Cool.
Hopefully they're getting this, Chris.
And Martin, round up, homies. Once again, I'll make sure you're getting it. The link's in the video description below. Get signed up now. Don't even wait. Time's going to be ticking by. You're going to be cooking out, having fun. Get signed up now so you don't forget it. Don't miss it. And is asking, the date. Is this training by modules? I'm guessing that's just video, same as the other question.
Yeah. It's just training modules. So module 1 goes over this. Module 2 goes over, hey, here's how you become a full-blown advocate, and you know all the rules in your state for tax lien, tax sale, this and that. So we teach you how to do that. Module 3 teaches it. Module 4 goes over the that goes out the door, and the information, what you convey. Module 5 is how you take the phone calls. Module 6 is how you offer the 3 different ways that you can assist them. Module 7 does this. Module 8 does that. There's 11 modules, and you can be done in one day. And literally the next day, you know more than most people will ever know about tax delinquent and how to become an advocate.
I agree. I think, Leonard is curious. I'm presuming Leonard, he might have to rewind the video, but what is a tax advocate? I mean, it sounds so sweet coming off my lips as opposed to saying, what's a real estate investor? Everybody has that vision in their mind.
Yeah. And here, it's kind of fun since we're doing Q&A, having fun here. But I love that you asked the question, because every homeowner in town that you've gone after knows what a real estate investor is.
You're daggone right. Well, they got a picture in their mind what they think they think it is.
Yeah. The people that pester me and say, I'm looking to buy one more house in the area. Didn't know if
you're low ball.
Yeah. And you're a low baller and blah, blah, blah. So a tax advocate is this. So everyone that comes to you is coming to you with the expectation, hey, I see there's a program here, and there's things that we're going to discuss and talk about. You're going to tell me about what I can and can't do and what the state does, which is educating them, which is what we teach you in one of the modules. And so you walk them through. We're going to educate you. Tell me how you got behind. And our advocacy company will give you 3 different ways that we can help you. 2 of the 3 different ways that we can potentially help you don't involve us buying your house. And that is music. That is music to these homeowners' ears. And I repeat what I said before, because I know it was a lot of information for you. Who are we talking to? We're talking to people that 90% of the time are free and clear. And even though they're free and clear and have truckloads of equity, they've missed their property tax payment. Those, because we track all the different metrics, those 2 things combined let us know that they're probably not going to be able to fix the situation, or they would have already done it. So now staring them in the face, staring them down the barrel of a gun is I'm losing my house at tax sale bullet. And so what we do is we walk them through, give me 48 hours. I have 3 separate ways that I can help you. We exist because we don't think this process is fair. So we're going to help you with this. And when they call us and we approach them in that manner, and we teach them and educate them and say, we got 3 separate ways, the game is over. I know when I'm saying it to you right now, you're like, oh my God, I would love to be able to speak to people that way. I know right now, as you're listening, you should be, as soon as you're done listening, on noflippingexcuses/Chris, and scheduling which day you want to sit in on a full-blown 2-day blueprint. But listen to me. They call you. They say, there's a code here. It's TAC 424. Yeah. In the training modules, we say, yeah, okay, so here's how it works. Tell me this, tell me that. We do this, we do that. Give us 48 hours. We have all of that down to a science. Everyone in town will call you. And if you roll it out the right way, and then also roll it out the right way and introduce yourself, website, logos, go to your county and say, hey, if you have people calling in and they don't know what to do, just so you know, we have other solutions without even buying their house that we would love to talk to them about and educate them and try and help. And as I said before, some of our beta tester tax advocacy blueprint, tax delinquent blueprint clients are like, dude, I have the county sending me people that are calling going, I can't make my payment. And they're like, just tell me what I need to do. Do you understand that, folks?
Deep stuff, man. Deep stuff. Well, Jason, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Round up, homies. The link's right there. Get started right in the video description below. So you can be a tax care. I know we did the website's all set up for you, and I know I looked at everything. Jason, what about people that don't have a website? You can just you build it out and they get to pick the name and all that stuff. How does that work?
Yeah. So what our team's going to do is we're going to give you a welcome email. Yeah, a welcome email, access to the training modules. Then we have a question. Hey, what cities and counties do you want to go after? And what we do is we develop what your tax care advocacy company name is going to be. And then we also make sure that the one that we pick, that a website domain is available, and we get that set up for you. You don't even need to buy the domain name. We set all that stuff up for you. And your full-blown tax care company with about us and this. Hey, for some help, fill out this form. We connect all of that to you. Your email, everything is set up. So you're a full-blown company, and everywhere that everybody turns in your marketplace, they know that there's a tax advocacy company out there ready to talk to homeowners and educate them, help them, and not just say, I want to buy your house. Like, the game is over at that point. And I love it. And I took a call live, just so you know, just so everybody here knows. And we also have those inside the Facebook group. I took a call live for one of the tax advocacy clients, and they said, well, yeah, I'm interested in talking to you, but are you set up with the Better Business Bureau? I go, no, I am not, but you can check out my tax care website online, learn a little bit more about us, and you'll see our company name. And I really want you to search online on the internet and find any negative remark about our company. You won't find one. We're here to help you. We do not think this process is fair. And I took the phone call, and the lady was like, okay, sounds good enough to me. Here's my problems, blah, 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 blah. She would never say that if she couldn't look up online and see our company, learn a little bit more about us. We've already taken the years to develop what your advocacy website and company should look like and say, so that people can understand why they should be talking to you and feel comfortable to do it. We will, as a bonus, we will set all of that stuff up for you.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Look, round up, homies. Let's get you out of here. Been had you for an hour and a half. Thank you. The link's in the video description, or go to noflippingexcuses.com/Chris. This special will end. It will go away, y'all. It hasn't been since, it's quite a while since Jason has offered this for my roundup, homies. And I want to thank you so much for your time, Jay.
Okay, appreciate it. Look forward to seeing everybody on the inside.
That's right. Yep. See you inside. And the dates one more time, Jason. So the date for the July.
Yeah, when you get your welcome email, say, hey, I want to sit in on a 2-day blueprint date. It's either July 22nd, August 19th, or September 16th. And it's live. It's not recorded. It's live, interactive, and you can ask us questions as we're doing a build out for other clients.
That's big, y'all. Okay. Happy 4th of July to all my roundup homies. Much love to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, Jason. All right. Peace.
Good night. Bye-bye.